Alright, here is the video review for the Revoltech Ninja Turtles Leonardo and Raphael. These are the two that are out right now. Donatello and Michelangelo are, I think, due out next week or the week after, sometime in early October. So there's a couple weeks delay between the releases. But these are based off the new Nickelodeon cartoon, and I feel like they're probably the best representation of those cartoon turtles in toy form we've gotten so far, because they really worked on making their faces look right. The bodies are a little off, but we'll get into it. They each come with accessories. Raphael comes with this stand over here in two pieces that you can interchange them if you want, but I'm pretty sure this sewer plate is the same. So they each come with a little stand there's a joint up at the top that you can plug into the back of their shell here if you want to have them in like leaping or action poses. You can kind of see Leonardo or Raphael there out of the frame. They each come with their signature weapons. Raphael's case, the sai. Now his sai sit very loosely in his shell here. They don't hang very tight, which on the one hand makes sense because this is very thin, and you wouldn't want to have to force it through a tighter hole. But like, I do wish that maybe that it held them a little bit better. They do tend to wobble up a little bit loosely in the back of his belt. Leonardo has his swords, a little sewer pipe piece again with the joint up on top, and Leonardo also comes with the pizza. And the pizza is really cool because it's a little plastic pizza that they can share, but each piece actually comes off. And you'll notice like this one has two circular pegs. This one has a circular and a kind of a round with a tab peg. Each pizza slice has its proper place on the plate, so when you plug it all together, they all line up. You can't mess it up, which is kind of neat. So you can have a whole pizza sitting around, or you can, their fingers are articulated enough that you can have them hold a slice of pizza if you want. And you feel like taking the time to do it properly. You can have them, well, you know what I mean. That's the one drawback to these things is the fact that they do rely on the Revoltech joints, which allow you some great posability. You can get some crazy poses out of these guys, but as with any Revoltech, you have to take the time posing them. They're not just pick up, play, oh do this, oh do that, like some action figures are. They do take a little finagling to get in the right poses, but they do give you a much greater range of motion in that. My only one real issue with these guys and the Revoltech joints is the way they've designed the shoulders up here, because the joints are up here kind of in the front and the shoulders kind of hunch forward. And while it gives you a good range of motion, and you can get them back to a normal position, like they always kind of, because of this joint right here, they always look a little hunched from the side. And while they do hunch a lot in the show, they can stand normally in the cartoon. And so it's a little annoying to have them in this kind of permanently, even when the shoulders, line up with the body the way they should, the fact that since they come out and back, they always looked a little hunch. Great for action poses, not so much if you want to have your turtles standing there in kind of a neutral pose. But again, it's a minor drawback to what are also some pretty accurate figures to the cartoon. Get this pizza back together here. One of the things that's also neat is on both of these guys, like I thought they'd have the purrs. Like I thought they had come with these alternate heads, and I thought these were just alternate faces that would pop off and you could adjust the eyes and all that, kind of like on the Toy Story Woody they did. But that's actually tied into the bandana. On the regular head, the bandana can slide back and forth back here on a ball joint. It's on a ball joint and it also slides back and forth. And that moves the eyes around in the head so you can have them looking in either direction. And then if you pull it all the way to one side, you can give them the white ninja eyes, like they're about to attack, which is cool. So yeah, and Leonardo has it too. It should be either side. On my Leonardo, like if you pull all the way this way, he's still got a little bit of blue up in here, which again blends with his mask a little bit, so it's a little harder to tell. But Raphael's green eyes, if there's any sticking out, you can see it. But to the other side, you can see gives him all white eyes. And I just think that's a neat little feature that you can have him look around. If you want him looking to the side, you can have him do that. You want to have him looking straight forward, you can do that. Just really neat. Like I said, I thought it was going to be done with individually posable eyes. It's actually done with just the sliding mechanism there on the back of the head, which does give him a divot in the back of the head. But again, the bandana here is on a Revoltech joint as well, so you can You can move that around if you want to plug it in, kind of move it to the side to hide it, or really, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But it is there. One of the things, too, is when you have them all the way to the side like this, you got to be careful because it is possible, since it's just on that Revoltech joint and it's kind of inset into the head, positioning the bandana in certain ways, like you might want to bring it forward like this to the side, and that can end up, it pops out very easily because you have to kind of pull it halfway out to get the clearance to move it all the way to the side. So you might end up pulling the bandana out in some poses while the ninja eyes are active. So yeah, like I said, they do have alternate heads, so let's go ahead and show those off. Raphael's got his, you pull the bandana out, you swap it onto the alternate head, and Raphael's got his angry face. From the cartoon. Donatello has a little lovesick face, and Michelangelo has like a squinty, smiley face, like he's super happy. Okay, we just knocked the scabbard off. We'll show that off in a minute, though, anyway. So pop that off, pop it onto here. Raphael's got Leonardo's got a surprised face. Which is weird, like, I don't really think of Raphael as, or Raphael, I keep saying Raphael, why did Leonardo? I don't know if Raphael, or, you know what? I should just not talk today. It's been one of those days. It's been a long day. I got woken up several times while I was trying to sleep at home today, so, yeah, Leonardo, I don't know if I recall Leonardo making this face. It looks like it could be a Mikey face, or a Donatello face, but that's the one they gave Leonardo, the surprised face. Raphael's got the angry face. And as you can see, the scabbards come off. There's a flat peg and then a round peg with a tab on it, so you know which side goes where. Because there is one longer sword and one slightly shorter sword, just like the other toys. Make sure those plug in. And of course, they can come out of the hard plastic scabbards like that. And there's his two swords, since I didn't show them off the side. I didn't show them off like I did with Raphael's sai. So let's go ahead and pop their regular heads back on. That's the neck joint. It's a double jointed neck, so you get a lot of good head movement out of the figures this way. Go ahead and put his bandana back on. There we go. And Raphael. There we go. They can't hold their weapons. And again, because, like I said, when I mentioned earlier about the Revoltech joints, you've got them up here in the shoulder, and since they're ball joints and they rotate on either, you've got a lot of range of motion up there in the shoulder. You just saw the double jointed hinge for the head, so you can kind of tuck it back, hunch it down forward. Again, if you want to have them kind of crouch in a ninja stance, you can do that. Bring the head forward and stuff like that. So they've got one there. They've got the elbow joints, which again allows them to swivel there and there. At the wrist, there's one on each finger, so you got a good range of motion on each digit there. And the swords each have a little peg hole in them, a little peg on them that pegs into the hand, just for added stability. Although the hand, like once you wrap the hand around the sword, it does have a pretty decent grip, even if you don't have it pegged in. But pegging it in just gives it that little extra bit of stability. Then you got at the hips, there at the knee, and there's even one in the ankle. So you get a lot of range of motion in the foot as well. You see, the problem with this thing is not, it's not really designed horribly. It's just because of the way they sit on his curved back. If you're trying to hold him and pose him, any sort of pressure down here will pop that out of its spot. Unless you, I guess I wasn't tapping him in all the way, but still, now that's a lot stiffer. But it is still possible if you put any kind of pressure trying to hold the figure, you could pop those scabbards off. That's why that keeps falling off back there. So yeah, that was Leonardo, but that's the basic articulation you're going to get on Raphael as well. And so yeah, they're really nice. Again, there's a couple places where the Revoltech joint sticking out kind of ruins the aesthetic, but it's so prevalent everywhere else that it's okay. I love the head sculpts on these guys, and I love that posable eye feature. I think that's really cool. And the different faces. I love the pizza that comes with Leonardo. I'm looking forward to Mikey and Donnie when they come out in a couple of weeks. Raphael looking forward again. Oh no, you're cross-eyed, Raphael. And then again, his sai also have the same peg on there, so you can peg him into the hand when you have him hold it. Although again, make sure you're pressing on the handle, because if you press up here, you don't want to risk snapping the end of the sai off. And of course, you can hold him like that regularly, and this makes it a lot easier if you want to have him hold it like this. You can see he can hold them either way very easily, which is nice as well. You don't have to, like, unlike the Nickelodeon toy, you don't have to rub it or, you know, try to twist it through the hand to get him to hold it like that. You can wrap the fingers around it very securely, and he can hold those sai either way. So yeah, a great start to the line. They're just really nice. They're like, you see, Raphael's a little shorter than Leonardo. Donatello looks to be taller than all four. So they look like they got the size right, size correct. Sorry, I've been talking a lot tonight. The posable bandanas, you can see they even got the different bandanas. Leonardo's are kind of short and clean. Raphael's are longer and kind of tattered. Raphael has like some scars on his shell, as well as the cracked shell back here, and some cracks, you know, up here in his back shell. And they are different shells. You can see Raphael's shorter and rounder. Leonardo's taller and a little thinner. So they're keeping the shapes of the turtles more or less intact. It is, like I said, some of the cartoon, the cleanliness of the cartoon lines is ruined a little bit by the Revoltech joints sticking out. But all in all, they're nice little posable Ninja Turtles, and I'm looking forward to throwing them on the shelf. So there it is, Leonardo and Raphael from the new Nickelodeon TMNT from Revoltech. Check them out. Mikey and Don will be out in a couple weeks, and I'll do that review then.